orange peel, lamp, banana, toenail, alligator, tree bark. Stay tuned to the end to understand a really fun game I have for you, fam. But without further ado, we're going to be talking about truth today. We're going to be talking about speaking your truth. And if you're wondering why I was just listing off random things, stay tuned again to the end and I'll share a little bit of an exercise that will really blow your mind, hopefully. So, fam, let's be real. It's your girl, Esther Joy. She's coming at you with another video. We like to talk about love, light, joy, and peace on this channel. And my friend, it's really about time that we talk about the truth, okay? I think now more than ever, we can see that the truth is something that's elucidatory for some people, or it's just simply, I don't even know. I can't even truthfully say I know what is going on with the truth these days, because it seems that some people are speaking their truth, but for whatever reason, it ain't allowed anymore, Chief. So whatever, okay? Everything is divinely orchestrated. So anyways, fam, I'm really just making this video to help you speak your truth, step into that power, tap into your throat chakra, and really allow yourself to be heard and express who you are. So I'm really excited. Let's just hop into it. I have 5 steps for you and exercise at the end to help you tap into your truth so that you can better understand and embody that divine expression that you are. Okay, so let's just get into it. Let me just say, I want to shout out my boy Isaiah for suggesting this video, okay? If you are interested in adding suggestions, join us on the Discord, fam, and we would love to have you. Those conversations we're having, and they're mind-blowing, and I love you guys so much for joining. So now let's get into it, okay? Step number 1. When we are speaking our truth, we need to know who needs to hear the truth, okay? You know, does your dog need to hear the truth? Does your mom need to hear the truth? Does the nation need to hear the truth? Whoever it is, you know, who needs to hear the truth, what are you feeling from them? You are probably a very empathetic person. You probably can pick up on other people's emotions, and you also can understand what they're putting down. You can understand and pick up what you need to put down, okay? Why do you feel like this person needs to hear the truth from you? That is the first thing you should be asking. What is the truth, and who needs to hear the truth, okay? Who needs to hear the truth, okay? Because you need to understand who you're talking to, okay? Once you understand who you are talking to, let's go on to the next step, okay? If you're talking to yourself, step number 2 is going to help you. Are you true to yourself? What do I mean by this? This sounds so cliche, first of all, so my B fam, but that's just how it came out. Are you true to yourself? Be honest about deceiving yourself. We often have these little things that we say to ourselves, like, I couldn't do this because of this. And deep down inside, you know that wasn't true. Deep down inside, you know maybe it could have been another way. And your ego will be playing these kind of mind games on you, tricking yourself. You got to be true to yourself. Even if you are deceiving yourself or telling a lie, you need to know, okay? Because if you aren't aware of what you're telling yourself, why would you be telling the truth to other people? So you need to make sure that you are true to yourself, okay? What does that mean? Coming from a place of non-judgment, actually evaluating what you are telling yourself in there, okay? That is step number 2. Coming from a place of non-judgment, are you true to yourself? Can you be 100% with yourself? Even if you are lying or deceiving yourself in some way, are you honest about it? Do you have a purpose for why you're doing it, okay? These are the questions you should ask yourself. Because if you try to just sprinkle on some shallow affirmations to really glaze over whatever is actually going on deep inside, then you're never actually going to solve the problem. You need to be true to yourself, fam, okay? So number 1 was who needs to hear the truth. Number 2 is, are you true to yourself, okay? Now we're going to move on to number 3, okay? Number 3 is, it's okay if you get backlash. Now we talked about not judging yourself, but What if other people judge you? And this is something that us as humans, we're natural people pleasers for the most part. We want to please others. We also want to just be in the light of, oh my gosh, they were so right, and queen, yes, slay. Okay, that's how people see it. They're like, yes. But it's okay if you get backlash too. It's okay if people are like, fraud, that is fake news. Get that out of my sight. That's okay. That's okay. Don't judge them and say, oh, you poor ignorant fool, how you have blinded yourself to the possibility of openness and truly understanding truth. No, don't even give yourself any, don't give them that time. Don't pay them no mind. Just allow them to do what they're doing. And if they want to resign, then that's okay. Okay. And with that being said, it's really okay. For all of that backlash that you're getting, understand that how polarity works, you're going to have positive impact as well. That's literally just how it is. Polarity is playing a big role. So if you are getting negative backlash, that's probably a good sign that there are also people that are feeling the opposite way, okay? So literally, feel how you feel. Don't judge it. Just know that that's how it is, okay? The louder you speak your truth, the more people are going to see it as one thing or the other. And it's just up to you to speak and be heard for what you are. That's it. It's not to make people like you. It's to just speak your truth and introduce your point of view so people can see it from that side, okay? You're not here to convince anyone that you're an amazing being, and it's great that you did that. You're just here to communicate what your truth is in a way that, you know, as long as you're not like really tearing down people, but I can't really tell you how to express your truth. You know how to. Just be honest to yourself, be true to yourself, and you got it, fam. So that's number 3. It's okay if you get the haters, all right? Polarity. Some people will love, some people will hate, okay? So now we're going to move on to number 4. And number 4 is to be aware of what platform you're standing on, okay? So what do I mean by this? Well, I mean in the original typical sense, like I am communicating on YouTube, so YouTube probably wouldn't like it if I was like, yo, F YouTube, let's go to some ScrewTube or something. I'm sorry, I really hope that's not a website, but you know, these are the things you have to think about when you're standing on ground. This could be your speaker at some kind of event. Maybe you're a speaker for all things vegetables, and you start talking about fruit, and people are just not going to really get and grab that truth the way that you might have anticipated. You need to go find yourself a fruit convention if that's the case and your truth is talking about fruit, okay? This is what I'm talking about. So when it comes to what platforms you're standing on, you need to observe that all platforms, all servers have an agenda. And if you are not serving that agenda with your truth, then you need to find a way to serve that agenda without compromising your truth. And now that's where the creative juices start flowing in. And I'm sure a lot of people are like, that's impossible. I can't compromise my truth. And I'm not saying compromise your truth, but I'm saying if there's a way you can position it so it looks like your truth is serving their agenda, then you're in a good spot. Now, with that being said, I'm not really going to get into it. I don't really feel like, I don't know where you guys are at with your truth or what you are expressing, but just being aware that even literally any agenda, you can position yourself to be of service with them and not lose your truth and the purity of what you are wanting to portray if you really set the intention and you go about it in a creative way. Takes a lot of creativity, takes a lot of positioning, but it can be done. And just be aware, everyone has an agenda, and all of these servers that are splaying out the truth and to the mass media, they have an agenda as well, and you need to be aware of that. Yeah, maybe I'll make another video to go further into how you can position yourself without compromising your truth, but that is something that I think is going to be increasingly important this year. So just keeping that in mind, all of these platforms have an agenda, and the best thing you can do is position yourself to look like you are of use to that platform without compromising your truth as well. So that's number 4, okay? Be aware of what platforms you are expressing your truth on, okay? Again, this could be on a subreddit or something like that. Make sure your truth is relevant and valuable to those people's agendas. Okay? And the last step, number 5, is acknowledge how you feel. Why is this important? Because a lot of the times when we actually are about to speak our truth, things start going downhill real fast. We get like sudden oppression from either ourselves, maybe our voice just freezes, maybe you have really bad stage fright, or just public speaking is not your thing, and maybe you're someone like me who used to have to count down in their minds when they wanted to approach someone or tell people something that they thought would be of use in expressing their own truth. So these are some of the things that I do to acknowledge how I feel. One, it's pretty easy, okay? Meditate. If you meditate regularly, you'll tap more into how you feel at a calm state, and you'll be aware of when you're not in a calm state and what emotions are coming in. Even in the silence, I think it's very important for you to acknowledge before you speak your truth, during speaking your truth, and after speaking your truth. Moments of silence are when you check into how you feel emotionally. If you're feeling like, now here's the thing, you will feel like something's stopping me from speaking my truth, and sometimes that means that maybe you need to just allow yourself to be silent for a moment and really think if what you're saying is aligning with your ultimate pure truth. Sometimes maybe there's a distortion that you just need to acknowledge before you speak it all out, and sometimes you might just be very nervous and hesitant, and you might feel fearful of speaking your truth for the fact that you may be judged, and right now you're judging yourself because you're thinking, I'm going to be judged for speaking that. So just be aware of how you feel. Be conscious when you speak your truth, and while you're speaking it, be aware. If you're coming from a place of anger and pain and frustration and oppression when you're speaking your truth, then chances are that you're also going to be portraying that anger and pain and oppression and fear on other people. So you need to have a clear understanding of how you are feeling when you are speaking your truth, and how your emotional state is going to affect the message that you are portraying. So with that being said, fam, I'm going to give you a few exercises as I promised in the beginning of the video to help you. Now, the first one, as I just mentioned with step number 5, is literally just counting down. Like, I'll count down from 5 when I'm about to speak my truth, and I'll just think 5. Okay, I'm observing who am I going to speak this to? 2, am I true to myself right now? Is this like my truth? 3, is it okay, if they don't agree with me? 4, am I aware of what platform, am I aware of who I'm talking to, what group of people, what their agenda is? And 5, how am I feeling? And then I'll speak my truth, okay? So 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And really quickly, this is an exercise that I have done. I've taught it for other public speaking classes to help get a lot of nerves when you're first expressing yourself, and especially in impromptu speeches. And it's really easy. All that you're going to do is time yourself for 1 minute, and for that allotted time, you're going to literally point at anything in your room, anything in the room that you're at, and call it the wrong name. And this is actually a lot harder than you think. Our judgment is pretty sharp on this, but the more you do this, the more you'll be able to see the connections that you create, and also give you, it's the way that it works on your brain. It's pretty fun, okay? I'm not going to get into it, but it's an insanely fun way to just develop more creativity when you are speaking your truth, especially when you want to position yourself on certain platforms to be at a helpful place without compromising your truth. Actually giving yourself these random words, like I was doing in the beginning. I pointed to my water bottle and I said lamp. I pointed to my stuffed animal and I said orange peel. And this is a really, really fun exercise that has really helped me loosen up my judgment and just allow myself to express myself without fear of being judged. So I really do hope that you try this out. Let me know how it goes. Time yourself for a minute after this video and just go wild. And I'll see you in the next video. Peace.